Good day from Vegas, and I hope you're doing well. Hey everyone, this is Tim, and really enjoying the time here in Vegas, getting to explore the Strip, but even more importantly, getting to visit and discover all the unique different places outside the Strip. The other day I got to visit a nice Filipino restaurant with Chef Tony putting on a full table of Filipino favorites. And once you get off the Strip, you find really great value and really great hidden gems from the kind folks at Sparrow and Wolf with a tremendous tasting menu. It's kind of like a buffet, only they come to you with endless surprises, really enjoyable. And I'm pretty excited because right there, it was in Chinatown, and I heard also in the Chinatown area, there is a very nice place called Partage, and I heard they have one of Vegas's best tasting menus, so pretty excited to give that a try. It's not cheap, but it's also not too expensive, at least by Vegas standards. So I can't wait to give that a try, and that's later on tonight. But now it is lunchtime around noon, and I'm just looking for a nice place to try, and really grateful for people who've reached out and suggested many local finds, at least the locals here. A while ago, I got to meet a wonderful couple, Tony and Sue, over at the Wing Lei Buffet at the Wynn. Really nice folks there. They were kind enough to reach out and suggest a wonderful local Japanese sushi, almost like an omakase place. And it's right over there called Kase Sake and Sushi. So I can't wait to have some lunch together. I hope you're hungry and thirsty because sake's in the name. Come on, let's give a local place a try. Come on, let's go. So nice to be out of the sun.
Hi, welcome in.
Hey James, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Not too bad. Little bit hungry, and this Kase comes highly recommended.
We come to the right place.
Oh, thank you. Can I get a table?
Absolutely.
Oh,
Follow me.
Thank you. Oh, perfect. Really nice to be out of the sun, and even for that brief period. And let's take a look at the menu here. So I think they have a set menu here, 7-course tasting. So a little bit of a tasting menu before our tasting menu. Let's see, some sashimi, some hand roll, and some flights as well. And I can't wait to find out what those are. On the other side, they have a la carte ones as well. And I think the lobster, I think that's a hand roll, but the lobster hand roll looks pretty good. So I think the mind's made up. A little bit of tasting menu and a lobster roll, Japanese style. And I see James here with the beer, much needed. Thank you. Cheers. Very refreshing, really nice. And while we wait for the food comes, let me show you the room. A nice intimate space. And the hardworking folks in the kitchen. Oh, thank you, James.
Welcome.
All right, that first course has come, and this is a light, refreshing salad of seaweed and cucumber. Let's give that a try. Oh, a nice way to get the appetite going. It looks like a simple salad, but very nice. Aromatic sesame and a little bit of sweetness and tartness. Really refreshing. So a wonderful start, and we'll see what else is coming up next. Okay, that salad was so easy to finish, and James brought over some accompaniments. And I know this is ginger and wasabi. This, I'm not sure what it is. That looks like a ginger scallion sauce. Let's give that a try. It's not ginger and scallion, it's wasabi, and whew, that's strong. Oh, and I see James here.
How are you?
Good.
Ready for next course?
Oh, absolutely.
All right, here's our first nigiri flight for you from right to left.
All right. So the second course is looking pretty good. A flight of fish, and that's fun to say. And James was mentioning that while they have soy sauce, they already brushed this and it's well seasoned. So even less work on your part. Let's give it a try. So this is a branzino. This is a durat, I think. Salmon and hamachi. I think we'll start from right to left with the branzino and the pickled plum. Cheers to you. Oh. Rice is seasoned perfectly, and that branzino, really fresh, great texture, really nice. Definitely able to tell the freshness. What a difference. Let's try the Durat first. And this is the same as this. And James was saying this is pickled wasabi, and I cannot agree more. That's perfect. Nice smoky flavor from the torching and a little bit of the pickled wasabi. Perfect balance. And I'm glad they only put a little bit. Little bites, easy to finish. And next, the quintessential salmon nigiri. This should be a one biter. I didn't realize there's a bit of citrus on there. Really nice. And finally, the last one, the hamachi with green onion. That should be a one biter, but really good. A little bit messy, but delicate texture. And again, you can really taste the freshness. Oh, so good. 2 courses in. Can't wait to see what's next. Cheers. Oh, thank you. Oh, very good.
Our third course, today we're serving our sashimi special of salmon tataki with cracked black pepper ponzu sauce and ponzu onions.
So this is kind of nice. The courses are coming out fast and furious as it should. And let's see. A little bit of onion, black pepper, ponzu. That is quite nice. A perfect balance. A little bit of a hit from the black pepper, freshness, richness of the salmon, and a little bit of tartness. Pickled onions and the ponzu. Very good. So easy to finish, and we'll take it back for the next one.
All right, here's our fourth course for you, Tim.
Oh, thank you.
Blue crab hand rolls, hand-picked blue crab with.
So James was kind enough to mention that for the hand rolls, you got to eat it right away while the seaweed is nice and crispy, so you get that wonderful texture. This is the blue crab hand roll, and I think the only way to do it is to eat it with your hands, as the name suggests, and you can feel the crispiness of the seaweed. Cheers. Oh, that is so good. And James was right. The crispiness of the seaweed makes all the difference. No sogginess at all. And the crab, lots of blue crab in there. And I think a little bit of pickled wasabi. Not a lot. Cheers. That is so good. This is only a 3-biter. Cheers. 3 big bites. Oh, nice to see you again, James.
So our lobster roll, you order a la carte, lemon pepper lobster.
So really enjoying the experience here, and that roll was so good. I think this is an encore, and this is the one I ordered a la carte. Instead of a roll of blue crab, this is a roll of lobster, and James again says eat this right away, and I will oblige. Cheers. Oh. Chunks of lobster meat, a little bit of citrusy notes to break up the richness, very well balanced. And again, there's no sogginess. It just, you bite into it and that's it. Maybe a little bit of soy sauce. Not that it needs it, but I'm just a little curious to see how it is. A little bit of a dip. It actually doesn't need the soy sauce. But I think this is a house-made soy sauce, really unique. And I forgot to mention, as the lobster is oozing out because it's so full, there's little bits of crispy goodness, very nice. I think this turned out to be a regular sushi roll. Cheers. Oh, thank you. Ooh. Okay.
From right to left, we have Kampachi with ponzu onion.
So it's always wonderful to see James again. Every time he comes bearing gifts of fish, and this is a fish flight from right to left. We have the albacore, the bluefin. This is the leanest, medium leanest, and this is the fattiest with a little bit of truffles. And I got a chance to see Chef Eric and Chef Daniel at the back. And while Chef Daniel was shaving all those truffles, I did not want any to go to miss. So a little bit from the grater onto the plate. And this is it. But I think I'm gonna go from here over to there as we get fattier and fattier and fattier. Let's give this a try. The amberjack kapari. Very good start. Wonderful texture and a firm texture as well. Let's go for the next. This is a tuna, looking really good with a little bit of scallions and citrus. And that tuna is looking really fine. Very nice. That was actually a little bit of ginger and scallion, but the tuna nice and fresh and has that seafood oceany sweetness. Very good. And now let's try the bluefin, starting with the leanest of them all. Nice and red. That was so delicate and about to disintegrate, but that flavor is fantastic. That wonderful oceany sweetness and brininess of the tuna, and even with the leanest cut, tasting so good. I can't wait to see how this one tastes, which has a little bit more fat. And you can see from the lean to the lighter part. Let's give this a try. Oh, even better. The fattiness of the tuna just rounds out the flavor, mellows everything out. Really good. And again, no soy sauce required, a little bit spicy, but all seasoned for you. And finally, I can't wait for the truffled tuna. This is the tuna belly. And I'm just gonna scrape all that on, get it to stick. And I think this is what you call scarpetting the truffles from top to bottom. And Otoro scarpette, cheers. Oh, that is really nice. And unfortunately, I'm trying to find a better word, but I am lost for words. Nice and fatty, so flavorful. To the truffle aromas, really tasty. And again, more of the scarpetta. Truffles and Otoro, you can't go wrong. And obviously, we did not. Wow.
Alright, that means your 6 courses are negi toro hand roll, chocolate fin tuna with green onions.
Oh, thank you.
Most welcome.
All right, so I think we're nearing the end, and while they were little bites, there were so many of them, it really does get a bit filling. And this is, I guess, a quintessential Japanese favorite. This is the Negataro hand roll bluefin tuna, chopped up with a little bit of scallions, and a little bit, those round little things are little puffs of crunchiness. And again, we've got to eat this quickly. Cheers. Oh, that is nice and sweet with the tuna, that oceany sweetness. And this time, I think, to counteract that sweetness, a little bit of the homemade soy sauce. Oh, so good. Nice, flavorful soy sauce, sweetness of the tuna. And the sign of a good Negataro roll is when the tuna comes gushing out and onto the hands, a little bit messy, but very good. It's kind of hard to eat. Can't let that go to waste. Thank goodness. Oh, wow, what is this?
From right to left, we have Hokkaido scallop with yuzu kosho.
Oh, wow. All right, so we've made it to the end, and it's kind of like a buffet. When you first start, you're really, really hungry, and then near the end, you're you're pretty full, and I'm pretty full. So let's give this a try, and this is looking pretty good. These are scallops from Hokkaido, and really nice. And this is torch salmon belly, a little bit of fattiness. Let's give the scallops a try. I think this is just muscle memory. You always kind of dip in the soy sauce. Oh, oh. When you're here, go for the rolls and go for the scallop. That, I think, is probably the favorite next to the otoro. Nice and delicate, really sweet, beautiful texture. Oh, very nice. And we'll finish off this wonderful lunch with the salmon belly. From its belly to mine, I think this is a nice end. And apologies, a lot of times I don't know what I'm saying here. Cheers. Nice and delicate, a little bit of citrusy, and a perfect end to many, many courses. Very good. So this is Kase, and a really nice place, and really thank you to Tony and Sue for recommending this place, and great folks there with James and Chef Eric and Chef Daniel at the back. Really nice spread, and I think I just need a little bit of a beer and also take a bit of a rest before a fantastic tasting menu. Can't wait to give it a try. And cheers to you, and thank you for joining. All the best. Very good. And again, we'll see each other in a very, very short time. So the sun is setting, and a quick ride through Vegas. I got a chance to explore and work off all the wonderful sushi. And it's kind of nice where the place was, where it was right next to the Allegiant Stadium. Really nice to drive past that black glass building. And now we are here, and when you see the Golden Tiki, you know we are in Chinatown. This is a Spring Mountain area, and right down there is Partage. One would not expect to find a tasting menu type restaurant here, but it's really nice, eclectic mix of different eateries. So I can't wait to give it a try. And I think the reservation is coming up shortly, so I can't wait to take you inside. And again, it's right over there. A modern French dining experience, and the door is right over here. Oh, very good. Hey, Bailey, how are you? Oh, not too bad. Heard really nice food here. Can I get a table? All right. Thank you. Oh, this one? Oh, thank you. So this is kind of nice. This is midweek, and luckily for one, I get this huge table, and really thanks to Bailey for that. And I think Jaime knew I was thirsty. Nice glass of water to quench the thirst before perusing the menu. Cheers. All right, so let's see what we have. Okay, so this is pretty cool. This is like an encyclopedia, but with not too many pages, because they are nice and thick. But I think what they are known here is for their tasting menu and for their wine, of course. See the 5-course, the 7-course, the signature, and some add-ons. And of course, the pairings. And I think cost per course, the signature course is probably the best value. And again, when I was saying this is not cheap, but it is also not expensive compared to Vegas standards, but it is up there. So I think I'm gonna go for this one. But first, maybe a cocktail, and Nicola was kind enough to suggest a surprise, I guess. And also all these dishes are kind of surprises. So we'll see what we have. And I see Nicola come in.
So this is just to welcome you tonight, like a little amuse-bouche.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
The surprises, or actually tricks, are just beginning. This is not a cocktail, a nice amuse-bouche. Okay, cheers to you. Oh, very nice. Oh, and I can see a surprise here. Thank you, sir. wonderful amuse bouche, and I am amused. A little bit of goat cheese, a little bit of spiciness, and with the spiciness, this could not come at a better time. This is, I can see clearly, funny names, but let's see how it tastes. Cheers. Oh, that's so good and so dangerous. Almost poked an eye out, but really nice flavors. A little bit of tequila, a little bit of calamansi, and a bit of carrot and orange. Really healthy and refreshing. Dangerously close, but very nice. And I'll take it back when the food comes or the first course comes. Nicola, you are fast. Wow.
Your first appetizer tonight? Some watermelon gazpacho.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
There is.
Oh,
Bon appetit.
just like an encore performance from today, some Hokkaido scallops and watermelon and a nice watermelon gazpacho. Let's give this a try. Okay, so a little bit of crunch, a little bit of scallops, cucumber, I think. Let's get all three in one bite without making too much of a mess. With our hands, a little bit of crunch. All right. I am destroying this, but that's okay. A little bit of creative destruction. Cheers. Oh. That is nice and refreshing. Scallops are a little bit already briny and sweet, and you have a little bit more of the sweetness from the watermelon and the gazpacho and a little bit of crispy something. Very good. Lots of flavor, a little bit of sesame, really aromatic. So again, off to a really good start with the first course, and we'll see what's next. But coming here in the Chinatown area, lots of eclectic places, lots of great places. I just need to try the Chinese food. But again, this is very good, and this is going to go away soon. First course did go by so quickly. Nice and salty bits and some sweet bits, really well balanced, and a little bit of the cocktail to round things off. Cheers. Very dangerous. Oh, hey, thank you, Jaime. And I realize they don't give anything away. There's no description other than 3 appetizers. So I can't wait to see what's coming up next. Oh, thanks, Nicola.
There is.
Oh, wow.
The second appetizer for you tonight.
Ooh.
This
Whoa.
one is the very famous tomato mozzarella.
All right, so this is pretty cool. Caprese salad reinvented. So the tomato is a bruschetta, and the mozzarella is a mozzarella ice cream. And I can't wait to try ice cream mozzarella style because ice cream doesn't wait. All right, let's give this a try. Okay. All right, this is going to be interesting. Cheers. Smoky, cheesy, creamy. It's a good ice cream, I think. And let's try the bruschetta, focaccia, and the tomato. And I was instructed by Nicola that I can use my hands. At least I thought that's what he said. Let's see, let's give this a try. All right, cheers. Tomato on toast. That is very nice. Maybe you're not supposed to use your hands, as I might have misheard, but maybe with a knife and fork, because that way you can get a little bit of everything. Crunchy focaccia, really nice tomatoes, capers, and these are little balsamic crisps. So what's supposed to be liquidy is crispy, and what's supposed to be cheesy is creamy in ice cream form. Everything together, everything, everywhere, all at once. And my apologies if you didn't like the movie. I actually didn't like it, but I think I like this. Very good together and very cold with the ice cream. going cross-eyed there, and that really helped. So again, course number 2, very interesting, nice little surprises. We'll finish this up, and can't wait to see what's for course 3.
So this here will be your final appetizer for the evening. We're going to have our quail cordon bleu.
Third and final appetizer, and it looks very complex. I think they do keep this a secret, so you don't know what's coming. But I think this is a quail and a fried egg, and if you're in Indonesia, they would call this quail deluxe. And then I think a little bit of quail breast, and then a little bit of cheese. I believe this is their interpretation of a cordon bleu. Hopefully not too much bleu. And once again, I do apologize. I really need to watch what I'm saying, but sometimes words just escape, and I think we need to use our hands. So a little bit of drumstick. This is quite an involved appetizer. Oh, it's small, but it's good. I think they mentioned this is confit, but that sauce and gravy and everything is so succulent. Very sticky and gooey and great. Nothing like a sticky, luscious sauce. Oh. I wonder if I can use this to scarpetta the sauce. And I think we can. Oh, very nice. And I think we've got to dig in. Nice crispy egg. And again, I think that is the cordon bleu inspiration, a little bit of Comté cheese, and I think we need to cut into the yolk to get the natural sauce and gravy. Break it up. Oh, too pretty to eat, but that's not stopping me. Okay. I think this is a wonderful way to do it. A little bit of farro. Wonder what happened to the second half. That's okay. A little bit of egg. Oh. Nicely breaded, crispy and cheesy. Duck is soft and tender. Farro, again, very creamy. And a nice egg crispiness to top it off. If you can put it on, and hopefully we can. There we go. This is a 2-biter. Very tasty. Again, a 2-biter with a bit of the remainder. And with this, we are transitioning nicely to the entrees. Cheers. So the quail cordon bleu is complete, and so is the drink. And while here, I get to consult with Lois remotely, and she suggested the south of France. That's the next cocktail. And I also got to chat with Jaime, and he suggested that one as well. So I can't wait to see what it looks like. And oh, our next dish has come. So the plates are getting bigger and bigger. This is the duck liver and a little bit of duck tongue and some cherries. Can't wait to dig in. And I see Matthew coming with something.
All right, so this one is a little fun.
Oh, great. Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much.
Please enjoy.
All right. Oh, Matthew, that was awesome. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome, son.
All right. So that bubble is reminiscent of the Vegas sphere. It's not smoke and mirrors, it's smoke and bubbles. Let's give the south of France a try. Right, cheers. When you're here, go for the south of France. Very refreshing, citrusy, but not too tart. I think on top is either aquafaba or egg white. Very creamy, dangerously good, but you won't poke your eye out. Cheers. Very nice. All right, and before the duck gets cold, let's give that a try. So a little bit of duck tongue and a bit of duck liver These are cherries. Hopefully, are they pitted? I'm gonna give this a try and let's see what's inside. Okay. And if I break a tooth, Dr. Kang, please be on standby. I think it's an almond or a nut inside, but let's dig into the duck. Okay, that liver is so soft. And I think a little bit of crumble to cut the richness because I know this is going to be very rich. Sorry for making the faces. That is so luscious. A little bit of crunch from the can't even speak. The crunch from the crumble is really nice, and I gotta try the duck tongue, and that's what got me mixed up with the words. The tongue is over here. So, a little bit of tongue, a little bit of liver. Oh, I think I'm gonna scoop this up, like so. A little bit of crumble, and I know this is not the way you're supposed to use a fork, but desperate scenarios calls for desperate measures. Cheers. Oh. If you don't know it's tongue, it's very good. And even if you do know it's tongue, it's very good. Nice and soft, thickly, gelatinousy flavors, really nice. And I think I'm gonna try a little bit. Oh, the tongue is sticking its tongue out. And I'm gonna try a little bit with the prosciutto. Again, it's just falling apart because it's so tender, but you do need the crumble. Very nice, very rich. And I think it's getting too rich, and that cocktail comes in just at the right time. Oh, cheers. That is a perfect balance. So I'm gonna finish off this course as they're getting bigger and bigger, and I can't wait to see what's next. That dish was so good, and so is the cocktail. And my friend Lois always loved cocktail with a bit of egg white, and she wasn't sure if it has any egg whites. And I got to show her the foam, which I think they make this out of egg white or aquafaba. And I was texting with Lois back and forth, and she approved. And cheers to you. And with that, we have new cutlery. And from the looks of things, from the fork to the knife, I think this will be fish.
Do you like the bubble on it?
Oh, that was kind of nice. Ah, and I was right with the fish. This is Kampachi, and just like the one I had at Kase, but much more components here with coconut foam, and let's see what's inside. Oh my goodness. A little bit of beans. Let's give this a try. I think I'm gonna use, or try to use, all my utensils. The fish knife, and it cuts right through. Beautifully nice and meaty. A little bit of sauce, a little bit of beans, and a little bit of foam. I wonder if the beans are causing the foam. My apologies again for that inappropriate joke. All right, cheers. Oh. You kind of think that beans and coconut and fish doesn't go together, but it's all tied in with that beautiful miso broth. A little bit more fish with the knife. Oh, it is a nice meaty fish. And a little bit of the broth, or a lot. Some more white bean. And I think if you can see, if I can remove the coconut, that fish is cooked perfectly. Wonderful rosy texture on the inside. Nice and charred on the outside. Wonderful sear. So Really nice to have so many components and so many variety of dishes. Again, a tasting menu is kind of fun. It's kind of like a mini buffet where the mini dishes come to you. You just get so much variety and surprises coming all the time. So again, I'll finish this off and we'll see what's next. And I believe there'll be a meat course. Cheers. Really nice fish course and really great restaurants around the Chinatown area. And I was just remembering all the different tasting menus I've tried here. I remember a while ago I was at, again, same place in Chinatown, a place called Edo with great Spanish, Latin American tapas and tasting menus. Really fun there. And just recently I went to Wolf and Sparrow, or Sparrow and Wolf, I forget which way. But really nice American style, stick to your ribs goodness. Lots of good flavors, dish after dish after dish with the hardworking folks in the kitchen. And now here at Partage, continuing the theme. And let's see what's coming up next. What is this?
Smoky old fashioned?
Oh my goodness. Oh, okay.
Here it is.
Oh, thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
Oh, it is smoky. Smoke and mirrors, more smoke, but a lot of fun. Cheers. This is a smoky old fashioned, and along with the smoky old fashioned, this is their signature dish with bone marrow and oxtail in a croque monsieur style sandwich. And I can't wait to give it a try, but the old fashioned first. Cheers. Oh, nice and smoky. And I think perfect with the bone marrow and oxtail croque monsieur. Fun to say. So I think we need to do this with a knife and fork. And I think this is layers of bread and oxtail and bone marrow somewhere there. And it repeats over and over again. Let's see. Oh, nice and crispy. Oh, and wonderfully fatty. A little bit here. Oh, you have no idea how rich that is. So when the plate first came, I thought this was a little bit small, but it is incredibly rich, lots of flavor, oxtail, and the bone marrow butter makes it so nice and fatty and rich. And I must say, this is probably the perfect amount. Too much, and you will be unconscious in food coma heaven. Cheers. Oh. Again, the toast is nice and crunchy, but it's also soaking up that wonderful flavors from the oxtail and also the fattiness of the bone marrow. It's like a little crispy sponge, and once you bite into it, the oil explodes with all the oxtail and really nice. And with that, I think I need a little bit of the bitters from the old fashioned to cut all that. Cheers. I think of all the dishes, this one, while tasty, is going to be hard to finish. It's just so rich. Oh. That was very satisfying, very rich. And I forgot to mention a little bit of the truffle salts. Lots of nice flavor, very aromatic. And I think I'm getting full. I think there's only a few courses left. And just like a buffet near the end, you're going to be fizzling out, but you got to keep strong and buffet on. What's on the meat course? So really nice folks here. Jaime has just provided more cutlery, and every time I've been asking him what's the next course, because they don't tell you. And he's kind of been giving the hints away with the bone marrow and oxtail croque monsieur. And I asked him what the meat course was, or I guess the final big course. And unfortunately, he wouldn't give it away because I think chef is going to get mad at him. So I think there's only one way to find out. And here it comes.
How are you doing?
Oh, very good. Thank you.
Bring you the meat course.
So I can see why Jaime would not disclose what this is. And chef came out, he described this dish. This is a Wagyu strip loin, a little bit of mushrooms from Oregon, and love Oregon, the beautiful waterfalls. And this is a beignet of something, because as chef was explaining, all I could do was look at the Wagyu and the mushrooms, and whatever he said just went over the head. But I think that's okay because we can find out for ourselves. Let's dig in. Okay, beautifully red. And I think we need to go for the strip loin, the Wagyu strip loin. And you know what? Jaime did not need to give me a steak knife. I could have just cut this with a fork. But let's see. Just like butter. Oh, beautifully pink. And I think maybe a little bit of celeriac on there. A bit of foam. Let's give this a try. Beautifully meaty, so tender and perfectly cooked through and through. And you know, these courses are getting harder and harder because the further you go in, the bigger and richer it gets. And that bone marrow oxtail toast croque monsieur really got me. It was small, and now thank goodness it's small because that's about all I can handle. Cheers. Oh. Nice thing is there's a little bit of meatiness, chewiness, but oh so tender. And I gotta try a little bit of the mushrooms and a little bit of the pine nuts. Oh. They really do a nice job with the mushrooms. Nice and buttery, well seasoned, a little bit of pine nuts for some crunch. And believe it or not, I think there is more butter than there is mushrooms, but I think in the best possible way. Let's try to get a hold of that. I finally got to go for that beignet. Got to set things aside and cut into it. Oh. All right, so I can't wait to find out what it is. Very nice, light, crispy batter. And I think one of the components is apple, and the other component, I'm not sure what it is, but one thing I'm sure about is it is tasty, and I suspect it's celeriac. Cheers. Nice crunch. So I'm gonna finish this off, and hopefully there's not too many courses to come. I can't believe I'm saying that, but I am getting full. Cheers.
Oh, let me just put some silverware.
Oh, what a tease. Oh, thank you, Nicola. All right, so this is a cheese course, and Nicola was kind enough to pronounce the cheese name, and I think I can only pronounce it once, Saint Fernicien. I think, and apologies for those who may not agree with my pronunciation, but it's probably gonna leave my mind, but that looks absolutely stunning with a bit of sweetness and tartness, and the cheese, hazelnut, and a mini baguette to spread said cheese on. I can't wait to dig in, and I've been watching this TikTok channel with the Asian fellow about the etiquette and everything. And everything I learned through TikTok has gone out by the wayside because I'm just gonna dig in, and I think we just need to use our hands. And the etiquette fellow may disagree, and that's okay. We agree to disagree. And wonderful mini baguette, nice bread. This is, oh, look at how gooey this cheese is. And I forgot the name. I think it was Saint Frontenac, and I'm sure that is wrong, but that's okay. A little bit of cheese. little bit of compote. This is apple. Not sure what this is, but it has a nice crunch. Let's give that a try. Okay, and the salad we leave alone. Definitely looking forward to this. Oh, wow, that's pungent and strong in the most wonderful way. You really do need the baguette, maybe the whole baguette with the St. Francis cheese. It really packs a punch, and that apple compote, can't even speak, that apple compote and this crispy little shards of goodness, really nice. It's sweet, and it really needs the sweetness to cut it. And that is wonderfully strong. And I think we absolutely need the salad because the St. Frankfurt cheese is just so strong. A little bit of bread, a little bit of frisee, and the nice crispy honey goodness. And with all this, we can have a nice chunk of the St. Ferdinand cheese right here. Wonderful baguette, all in one bite. Cheers. That is so good and pungent in the best possible way. And to make it even better, a little bit more of the old fashioned. Cheers. And as full as I am, that cheese course is adventurous and exciting. Very nice. So as full as I am, that course was adventurous and fun, and it really is a lot of fun with all these varieties. That St. Feynman cheese, delicious and gooey, and having it on the pointy end of the baguette, really nice. And oh, I think that's it for me. And luckily, we only have one course to go, and I think here it comes, and I think it's a sweet one. Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Oh, really nice of Nicola with the coffee. And here they call it Americano. And where you see the Americano, dessert is just about to come. Oh, thank you
The
so much.
dessert for you tonight. I
goodness.
hope you like chocolates.
Oh, it's a little hamburger.
Yeah, looks
Yeah.
like a bun. So you have a dark chocolate mousse with chocolate pieces, cooked chocolate ganache.
We finally made it. This is our last course, and it is bittersweet in more ways than one. Lots of chocolate, and I think Nicola mentioned this is a cooked ganache with a souffle, and next to the souffle, an ice cream.
Close to your coffee.
Oh, wonderful.
Here is.
Oh, and before we can dig in, we have some more thank you to Nicola. So not only do we have the ice cream and the souffle, we have, unfortunately, I could not remember what this was, and a nice biscuit. It's kind of a nice problem when there's so many items you can't remember what they are. But again, the souffle doesn't wait. Let's dig in. I think this is a knife and fork. Oh my goodness, this just melts. My god. Okay, so really nice, and at the bottom, something crunchy. Ooh, like a biscuit. I should have been paying much more attention. So instead of the knife and fork, it's gonna be a spoon and fork. Oh, this is chocolate on chocolate on chocolate. Let's give this a try. And I can't imagine anything better than a sticky, gooey, luscious chocolate dessert. Cheers. Oh, that is rich and decadent. And even earlier, it was hard to control the motor skills. Very rich, just like the oxtail and bone marrow, but in dessert form. And with the richness of the chocolate and the cocoa nibs, we need the ice cream. Off to the side. Oh, the smoothest ice cream you've ever had. nice and rich. A little bit of coconut nibs, or coconut crumbs, or chocolate crumbs. Can't even think, or can't even speak and think, but really delicious. So this is Partage, and I came on a weekend, or I came on a weekday. I think the cocktails have been getting to me, but I came on a weekday, so it's not too busy, and I get a nice table, and get to spend the time with you, and also enjoy the wonderful courses at my leisure. And I think I need a cup of coffee. Oh, much needed. And I'm gonna finish up all these wonderful desserts, and thank you so much for joining. And I hope you get a chance to experience some of the wonderful, unique eateries outside the Vegas Strip, from earlier today at Kase with the truffle, otoro, sushi, and all that lobster roll goodness, to all the other places like Ito, a Spanish tapas place with the tasting menu as well, and Sparrow and Wolf with the American culinary eats and tasting menu there as well. So this is, again, Partage, and hope you get a chance to visit if you're here. Again, make sure you spend some time off the Strip. So again, finish this off, and until we see each other again, I hope you're keeping well, I hope you're eating well, and I hope you're traveling well. Take care of each other, and God bless. Cheers. And apologies for the rambling. Those cocktails are strong. Cheers. Very good.